Hi everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd, and it's time for a vinyl update, which is something I haven't done in about a month, so it's time for another one. And yeah, here we go. No buts about it. Doing this raw. Okay. First record was actually passed to me by an online boutique, independently owned record store as a gift. The Eclectic record store, the official record store of the Eclectic Society movement. Not only do they have new stuff on there, reissues of old classics, but a lot of turntable and vinyl related stuff as well. They tossed me a brand spanking new repressed copy of Miles Davis's Bitches Freakin' Brew, which a lot of you may remember from my recent Classic Weeks stint when I reviewed this amazing jazz fusion masterpiece, which is not only a fantastic piece of music for the genre, but amazingly pressed on 180 gram vinyl, and a fantastic recording that just stands the test of time in terms of just clarity and just prettiness. I mean, all of the extra instrumentation that Miles Davis brings onto this album, with the way that everything is panned and recorded and mixed, you really feel and hear every detail. Though I have listened to the album for a long time digitally, I'm yet to listen to it on this record. I'm going to be spinning that soon. Very soon. Again, thank you to Eclectic. I will be throwing a link to their store in the D-Box. Next, I picked up a copy of Flying Lotus's freaking Cosmogramma recently. One of my favorite electronic music, beat music, instrumental hip-hop records. Really cool packaging. I mean, I wish it was like matte finish as opposed to glossy, but I still love seeing the big details and everything. And man, I haven't listened to this record, not on vinyl, but I haven't listened to it all the way through in a while. And after I spun this, I was like, man, this record is hectic at some points, with just, you know, some really interesting synth sounds, but still my favorite tracks still kind of rang through clear and still are my favorites, like Astral Plane, amazing song off of this double LP here, you know, and it's a nice pressing. Good job on Warp on pulling this package together. This next 12-inch you guys may have seen kind of peeking out from over here like a creeper, like the creeper that it is. Tonetta! Yes, the first Tonetta compilation, 777. If you don't know who Tonetta is, just punch Tonetta into YouTube and you will be deeply disturbed. Yes, you know, pretty, you know, nice little sleeve there. Interesting what they did there with the face on the label. I like the labeling, and you know, it's a nice thick pressing as well. They did a great job on this package. You know, as you can see, a lot of the songs, if you can see they're very short tunes, short weird outsider tunes. And among my favorites on this album, you may already know because I reviewed this compilation. You know, a really big. I think that's and I'm Gonna Marry a Prostitute, that one too. A lot of favorites on this record, a lot of favorites. It's you know, just feeds into my sick side. Gonna leave it at that. All right, next, Comadre. You know, I reviewed this one recently as well. As soon as I reviewed this record, gave it a positive review, I went over to Bandcamp and I bought this vinyl straight from the band. Seemed like a good price. They went all out on this packaging, man. They did a great job. Nice little rock area right there. We have a cardboard kind of matte finish, not glossy or anything like that. I like just like the rougher finish. I like the rougher finish. They got a nice little booklet to go along with this where they actually quoted Mitch Doobie over here, like at the very front, which was really kind of a friend of mine who passed away tragically, killed in cold blood, unfortunately. But they had some nice credits over here. The lyrics are in here. I mean, they pulled together a nice booklet on this thing, and it's nice, big, fat, and huge. And the record itself is kind of this strangely interesting off-white kind of color, and it's thick too. It is thick. There's a thick son of a gun. If there's one kind of issue I have with the packaging on the whole thing. It's that it's all a little tight. It's a little tight. This record slips into the sleeve, like when I try to pull it out of the sleeve, it goes. They're like, there's like a pop. All right, this next record I actually bought for $10 from my good friend Derek. He actually is not as hot on the evens as I am, and I actually used to have this album on CD, and then I gave it up for at some point for some reason. Maybe I just thought I wasn't as into them as I was. But then when I reviewed their newest record, I was like, damn, why'd I give up that second LP? That was actually pretty good. That sophomore album was good. Nice pressing here. Cool credits and everything, few little cool pictures. It's pretty bare, spare, straightforward packaging, but gets the job done. Discord always prints good vinyl. You can always trust Discord to print a good vinyl. Got some Peter Gabriel, so picked this up at a record show for a few bucks. Nothing too impressive in terms of the packaging, but if you're looking to get into Peter Gabriel and you want to try one of his more accessible albums, then look up So. With Peter Gabriel. Has such fantastic tracks as In Your Eyes, which I'm sure a lot of people have heard on the radio before countless times. And also grabbed this Peter Gabriel record for a few bucks as well, which also has Shock the Monkey on it, if you're kind of looking for a hit to reference. Pretty straightforward with the packaging as well. Still a good LP. I want to get into his few earlier records prior to this one. And moving along, Godspeed your Black Emperor. Constellation actually passed me this record by surprise. I wasn't expecting them to pass me a copy of this record. Typically when I get a promo from the label, they just pop me a digital promo. So it's and there are records that they send me that I like. There are records that they send me that I don't really care for. It's whatever. But this is the first time that they've actually just kind of like sent me vinyl, and it's funny. There have been plenty of cases like the Colin Stetson album, for example, where I've loved a record of theirs, reviewed it, and then just bought it straight from them. I would have been happy to buy this. But especially since the packaging is so good. So, the two longest tracks off of this record when I reviewed it are on this one LP that comes with the album, which we have showcased here. And the two drones on the album are actually on a separate 7-inch record. Some cool credits here. Godspeed always puts, effort into their credits, putting some, weird, esoteric things and references inside of here. There's like, kind of this instruction manual to listen to the album, listen to side A of this and then side B of this and then go into the the dronier parts. It's interesting. Someone told me there was some kind of who has a copy of this record told me that they have kind of a weird etching on the inner label or something here, which I'm not necessarily reading right now. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong spot. But to continue on, really cool booklet to go along with this thing. Another huge, gigantic booklet which folds out even further than this. It's big. It's big, guys. And it has all sorts of weird, dark, kind of disturbing pictures, skeletons. It looks like shots of film that are slowly warped by being stuck on front of the projector and kind of burned out, which is something Godspeed would totally do. All right, well, there you go. That's the packaging for that record, the new Godspeed LP, Don't Bend, Ascend. All right, this next one actually comes from a YouTube cohort, a record that I bought off of him a while ago when it was still on sale. I don't believe he has any more copies. This is Derek Higgins, Derek 2. The dude is a cool YouTube personality. He just kind of sifts through his record collection and shows people his records, but he is a multi-instrumentalist and a music, recording artist himself, and has been in numerous groups over the years in the Omaha, Nebraska area. And this record of his, he put together a good pressing. The guy has great taste in vinyl. And, if you watch his own videos where he's talking about the music that he makes, he looks at what he does so objectively to the point where, you know, he tells you and is very honest and straightforward about its flaws. I mean, you know, if you're into new age guitar music, then this is definitely going to be up your alley. He's very straightforward and honest in saying that, yes, he sings on the record, and yes, there are drum machines, you know, there are some electronic drums on this record. He wishes there were more live drums. He wishes his own vocals were better, but like he's said before in videos regarding this record and just his own work in general, the melodies are certainly there. With the melodies on that album, it seems that melody comes pretty easy to him at times. So an interesting release from my good buddy Derek, whose videos I watch on a regular basis. Next, Neu! Debut Neu LP, German psychedelic rock and krautrock outfit, white freaking pressing. Packaging is good, it's straightforward, it's sweet. I'm loving it. And the record itself, while I don't perceive it to be as great as my favorite Neu record, Neu 75, this is still, you know, a good, I guess, sort of repetitive and a rock record, a psychedelic rock record you could really kind of get lost in. Not really the punk rock undertones of Neu 75, but still an interesting record. And this record I actually caught in Derek's videos, and I actually saw it at my local record store, Red Scroll Records. Had to freaking pick it up. This is the single for Subtract's Hold On track, and the pressing of the vinyl itself is great. It's thick. I love this freaking song. There's a nice remix on the other half, and what is so awesome about the front cover, it is a freaking hologram. I don't know if you can really kind of see every sort of shift of the hologram on this record, but it's pretty freaking awesome. I love it. Interesting packaging for this thing, and just a great song itself that deserves packaging like this. And finally, Ice Age, You're Nothing. You guys remember my recent review of this. You know that I have their debut LP stashed in my collection over here. This one actually came with a pretty big poster as well, I guess because I ordered it early enough to have a poster, and I guess sort of a weird flag that kind of came with it. Pictures, lyrics. Guys are looking moody, guys are looking punk, they're looking post-punked, you know, nihilistic, sad. And nice pressing on the record, nice and thick, runs at 45 RPM, just like the last LP. It's good. Nice and noisy, loud, but the pressing itself is clear. Everything rings true. Everything comes through real nice. Matador did a good job on this. Good job to the guys at Matador. All right. That is all I'm going to update you on vinyl-wise for this month. Thank you for watching. You're a peach. You're fantastic. And I love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Anthony Fantano, vinyl forever.